Now that we've understood all the three economic systems, we are seeing recently a lot of planned economies or command economies transitioning towards market economy. And this shift from a command economy to a market economy has proven to be difficult. One great example of this transition from command economy to a market economy that one may consider to be successful is that of China. This success, as we may call it, was coupled with a massive economic disparity between the rich and the poor, where there was a very high level of corruption, as 90% of Chinese billionaires were related to basically the members of the Communist Party. But gradually, what happened was this: the parts of the economy under the command economy decreased until the mid 1990s. Resource allocation was almost completely determined by the market forces of demand supply. Now, by contrast, Soviet Union's transition was much more problematic, and its successor republics that came out of those transition faced a very sharp decline in GDP during the early 90s. One of the suggested causes for this was that there was a lot of price controls under Soviet planning. And therefore, when you remove those price controls, there were a lot of problems, and that transition became very, very difficult. Having said that, now if you look at post-Soviet states, they're experiencing strong resource-based economic growth, which means that they have completely recovered from the challenges that they face when it comes to transition, and the pre-collapse level of economic development is now reached despite all those transitional challenges. So let's now look at what are the features of transition that makes it difficult for economies when they are moving from command economies to free market economy. Well, the first feature is what we call the greater role of price mechanism. The market forces of demand and supply will now be deciding allocation of resources, and this will move from the command economy where the government was deciding how the resources will be allocated. This would mean the role of government in terms of price control, taxes, subsidies, and so on might be completely abolished, as everything will be decided through the free market forces of demand supply. Secondly, there will be privatization of many state-owned industries. That would mean that there will be private sector deciding allocation of resources. The ownership will move from the government or public ownership to these firms, which will be trying to sort of maximize profits rather than social welfare. Third feature of transition is what we call deregulation of the market. What is deregulation? Well, all markets, be it financial market, labor market, or product market, will be allowed to operate completely freely. There will be no regulation, and that's why it's called deregulation, and there will be very little restrictions for firms to worry about, which means that the costs that we talked about in the earlier videos of how the regulation can result in costs, they will not happen now.
Quick pause. If you're finding value in this explanation, there's so much more to discover. At Alt Academy, we break down every A-level concept with the same level of clarity. Now, let's continue.
Fourthly, there will also be opening up of economy, which means there will be more foreign competition, more international trade, and we hope that this increased competition will result in local firms to be more efficient and also allow consumers to have higher variety. So this opening up of the economy can be desirable, as consumers will benefit from lower prices and producer will have more competition, which means lower monopoly power. Fifth feature of transition is the reduction of bureaucracy. Now that we are moving towards a private sector kind of an economy, there will not be need for the government operation. The setting up of effective systems that will allow smooth functioning of the market is what the government will be required to do. And there will be strong legal system, but we do not need the same amount of government official that was required previously in a command economy. Lastly, something called rationalization will also take place in this economic system. What is rationalization? Rationalization simply means closing of inefficient industries and opening up of efficient industries which are needed by consumers. So when the economy transitions from, let's say, command economy towards the free market economy, there will be some what we call structural changes. and more goods that are needed by the consumers will be produced, and less goods that are basically inefficient will be closed down, and that could be another reason why efficiency will go up. While this transition will be desirable, there are definitely some problems that will be associated with the transition that happens in economies. The first problem that happens with the transition is the idea that there will be structural changes taking place, and these structural changes means there will be unemployment that would happen. As we are closing down inefficient industries and opening up those that are desirable, you might see a long lasting unemployment to happen till people get retrained and till resources get re-employed. We might see a lot of industrial unrest, and therefore there is this problem that the transition is not always easy. It will cause unemployment in the short run, while in the long run, when the economy settle down from this industrial unrest, there will be improvement in allocation of resources. Now, another problem we can also see when the transition is taking place is of inflation. A lot of price controls are put when the government is intervening in this economic forces of demand supply, and when you suddenly move away from the government controls towards the private sector, there will be high inflation, primarily because of shortages that are happening, the supply issues that may happen, because as we talked about, the industrial unrest is taking place, a lot of industries are closing down, new industries are opening up, so you will see the consumer demand to be not met really easily, and inflation will be very likely to happen till after a few years industry settles down. Lastly, in the absence of a welfare system that was previously to be found in a command economy, redistribution of income may become extremely unfair. The rich may become richer, the poor may become really poor, and because of lack of government controls, there are no unemployment benefits, there are no welfare, which could be problematic for the economy.
If you found that helpful, imagine what you could achieve with the full economics course. Over 60,000 students have used All Academy to transform their A levels journey. Don't wait and take the first step today.